Assalamualaikum. Today our topic is how to deal with criticism, and use it to improve.
Wa alaikum assalam. That's a great topic. So today we're going to explore what procrastination is, why we tend to do it, and practical strategies we can use to overcome it so we
Now,
can
our
become more.
topic is how to deal with criticism and use it to improve.
Ah, got it. That's a really powerful shift. So in this episode, we're going to discuss how procrastination, instead of being a barrier, can actually be a signal, helping us discover what we really care about so we can align our actions with our deeper goals.
Okay, so my first question is to you is what is
Of
criticism
course.
and why do people often react negatively to it?
That's a great place to start. So procrastination is when we delay
No,
or
what
avoid
is
tasks.
criticism and why do people often react negatively to it?
Yeah, so procrastination is basically
No, my
delaying
not
tasks.
topic is procrastination. My topic is criticism.
Ah, gotcha. Thank you for clarifying. So today we're focusing on how to handle criticism, why it can feel so difficult, and how we can use it to actually grow and improve.
So, what is criticism and why do people often react negatively to it?
Yeah, so criticism is basically feedback or evaluation of our actions or work. People often react negatively because it can feel personal, it can challenge our self esteem, or it just brings up insecurities about our abilities.
Now, my next question is what is the difference between constructive and destructive criticism?
That's a really important distinction. Constructive criticism is specific, focus on improvement, and deliver with care. Destructive criticism, on the other hand, is harsh, vague, and it just tears down confidence without offering a way forward.
Okay, my next question is why is it important to stay calm when receiving criticism?
Yeah, staying calm is so important because it lets us listen clearly, process the feedback without reacting defensively, and then respond thoughtfully. It helps us see the bigger picture and use the criticism to actually grow.
Okay, so how can criticism help us discover our blind spots?
Yeah, exactly. Criticism acts like a smear. It shows us things we might not have noticed, blind spots in our behavior, skills, or approach, so we can adjust and grow in ways we didn't realize we needed to. You're
Why do
welcome.
why do emotions sometimes make it difficult to accept feedback?
Yeah, that's really common. A lot of times we feel vulnerable when we get criticized, so it can be hard to put our feelings into words. It's okay to take a moment, breathe, and then share once you feel ready.
How can a growth mindset help us respond better to criticism?
Yeah, a growth mindset really helps because when we believe we can improve, we see criticism as a guide, not a judgment. So we stay curious, we ask questions, and we focus on where we can learn and adjust rather than just taking it personally.
Okay, what are some healthy ways to process criticism without feeling discouraged?
Yeah, a great approach is to ask for specifics so you can clarify what exactly needs improvement and then thank the person for their feedback. Take a breath and focus on the actionable steps you can take. That way it stays constructive and you avoid feeling discouraged.
What are some healthy ways to process criticism without feeling discouraged?
Yeah, a helpful way is to take a step back and remind yourself that feedback is about the work, not about you as a person. You can also take notes so you don't have to respond right away, and then reflect on the feedback, looking for practical ways to apply it so you keep it grounded in growth.
Okay, so why is listening carefully an important skill when receiving feedback?
Yeah, absolutely. When we take time to process feedback, we can respond thoughtfully, avoid reacting emotionally, and we make sure we fully understand what's being said. That way, we can improve in a way that's meaningful. and align with our goals.
Okay, so how can we separate useful advice from unfair negative criticism?
Yeah, that's a great skill to build. Focus on any specific and actionable points that you can learn from, and then let go of any vague or personal attacks. If it's unfair, remind yourself that not all feedback defines you. Just focus on what you can use to grow.
Okay, why should we avoid taking criticism too personally?
Yeah, exactly. When we take it personally, we get defensive and we stop focusing on the actual feedback. But if we see it as just information, we can remain open, learn from it, and use it to get better without letting it define us.
How can asking questions help us understand feedback better?
Yeah, definitely. By asking clarifying questions like, can you give me an example or what specifically could I improve? You break down the feedback, make it more actionable, and ensure you fully understand what's being said.
Okay, so what role does self-awareness play in handling criticism?
Yeah, self awareness is key because it helps us recognize our initial reactions. When we're self aware, we can pause, stay calm, and choose how we respond so we don't get caught up in defensiveness or emotional reactions.
Okay, so how can criticism help improve our skill and performance?
Yeah, exactly. When we take criticism as guidance, it highlights areas we can refine. So we know where to focus, practice, and build stronger skills. Over time, that feedback helps us improve and perform at a higher level.
Okay, so why is gratitude sometimes the best response to constructive feedback?
Yeah, that's a great point. Gratitude shifts the focus from defensiveness to openness. When we thank someone for their feedback, we stay positive, we show that we're willing to learn, and it keeps us motivated to apply what we've heard.
अच्छा लगा।
You're very welcome. I'm really glad we can unpack that. If you have any other topics or questions you want to discuss, just let me know.
Okay, so next question is how can leaders and mentors provide criticism in a respectful way?
Yeah, that's a great question. One way is to pause and breathe before reacting, and then reframe the criticism as a tool for growth. You can also remind yourself that the feedback is about your work, not your worth, and take a moment to reflect before responding.
Also, what are common mistakes people make when responding to criticism?
Yeah, absolutely. Take your time to process it first, and if you need, sleep on it before you reply. That way, you respond thoughtfully, you stay composed, and your answer is more constructive and calm.
Okay, so how can we turn negative comment into motivation for improvements?
Yeah, exactly. You can do that by identifying the useful parts of the feedback, setting specific goals based on it, and then using that as fuel to take action. When we focus on the progress we can make, criticism becomes a stepping stone rather than a
Okay, so
roadblock.
why is it important to reflect on feedback after receiving it?
Yeah, that's really important. When we reflect, we see what resonated, what we can apply, and how we can grow. It also helps us stay intentional, so we take each piece of feedback as a chance to fine tune, not a reason to doubt ourselves.
What is one lesson about criticism that everyone should remember?
Yeah, I think the key thing to remember is that criticism is just information. It's not a judgment of your worth. When we see it as a tool, not a threat, it can help us grow and become better step by step.
Okay, thank you. So as we come to the end,
Yeah, thank you so much. As we come to the end, I just want to remind everyone that feedback, when handled with care, can be a powerful catalyst for growth. So take it as a chance to learn and keep moving forward with confidence.
remember, criticism is not always meant to bring us down. In many cases, it is an opportunity to learn, improve, and grow. Until next time, stay open to learning, stay confident, and remember, every piece of feedback can be a step toward becoming better.
Exactly. So, with that mindset, we can approach each piece of feedback as a chance to sharpen our skills, deepen our self awareness, and keep striving toward our best selves.